Hey there gamers, I'm probably Senpai, and today we're going to be voting for some Dreamsnap submissions from the Arendelle Showcase Challenge. Now, as far as our last probably 10 challenges, this is one of my absolute favorites. And I know I'm getting around to voting a little bit later. It's literally the last day of voting, but this is just because I traveled over the weekend. I went to go visit my family, and I just got back late Sunday night. I'm also a little under the weather, I'm getting a cold, and I almost didn't make this video, but I was like, you know what, I love this challenge so much, and since I was away for the weekend, I didn't put out any new videos for you guys, so I really wanted to drop this one. Now, you're definitely going to want to stay to the end of this video, because I'm doing something brand new in our Dreamsnap series today. Not only will we be voting for 10 submissions, but once we finish voting, I will be highlighting 3 of my favorite submissions from our Discord server. And trust me when I say there are so many amazing submissions in there. If you would like one of your Dream Snaps featured in one of these videos, consider joining our Discord server and share your Dream Snaps in the Dream Snap sharing channel. We have a very large, fun, and active Discord server, and we would love for you to be part of it. Now, before we dive into the voting, I would like to ask you to consider pressing that like button, as it can make a very big difference for me as a full-time content creator. Be sure to subscribe for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content, and consider joining our Twitch channel. I'll also have that linked in the video description down below. Now, with that out of the way, let's dive into these votes. Now, like I just mentioned, I am a little under the weather, so I'm not going to be taking as long as normal on some of these votes. So if it feels rushed, you know why? It's just because I'm a little exhausted. I just wanted to give you a little heads up on that. Now, with that said, I'm going to hide my camera here so I'm not blocking the Dream Snaps, and we'll get started with the process. All right, for our first option here on the left-hand side, we have an indoor submission. They have that new frozen floor, which looks awesome. I love the walls here. Great choice in the windows, and utilizing all of the frozen furniture is also quite a nice touch. Now, this player might be missing the little frozen chandeliers because I see they used the ones from the Little Mermaid collection, but those actually work quite well here. The lighting in this Dream Snap is gorgeous, and I love how the avatar's outfit matches the setting so well. I do think putting something in the foreground could have really helped this submission though, as the bottom half of the photo is a bit empty, and with this being a decor challenge, it would be nice to have some foreground elements. Now, for our photo here on the right-hand side, which is a beautiful outdoor submission. Occupying the foreground on the right-hand side, we have those very beautiful, large Christmas ornaments from the Star Path, and the avatar is also standing in that snowy reef, which is this archway, which is so beautiful at night. And I love the lighting surrounding this. In our background, we can see that frozen fountain, I see the wishing well, and there's even a little ice cream stand. We can see Kristoff and Anna's house back there in the background as well, the frozen willow, and I love the bushes surrounding the home. The choice of attire is also very fun and winter inspired. A couple of very small critiques for this photo is that I think it may benefit from more lighting. A lot of people vote on Switch, which puts them on a bit of a small screen, and the darker photos, sometimes it can be really hard to make out the different decor elements when the scene is on the darker side. But with that said, the home behind her does have a nice light blue glow, and the archway she's standing in has those beautiful yellow lights, which looks so good at night. I would have loved to have seen just maybe something small on the left-hand side foreground to give it a little bit more balance. We have those large ornaments on the right-hand side, but the left-hand side doesn't really have anything in the foreground, and I'm a big fan of balance myself. But those are small critiques. Overall, this is a beautiful submission. Now, these are both gorgeous, and while the lighting on the left-hand side seems better to me, this right-hand photo may be a bit darker, but I'm loving the setting and decor they've gone with here. Overall, I feel like these are both very evenly matched, so it's a kind of a tough choice, but I'm gonna go with the one here on the right. All right, very interesting. Next up, we have another indoor versus outdoor. Now, this indoor submission is absolutely outstanding. The way they've broken this apart and turned one room into 2 is incredibly creative. And in Elsa's room, we see these falling snowflakes, all the frozen furniture, and you even have this beautiful light reflecting off of her bed from the window. I mean, this just looks like a scene right out of the movie. Utilizing those red carpets to cover the floor for the left-hand room was such a genius idea when it comes to dividing this one room into 2. too. Overall, this is such a creative concept, and I am really impressed with what they've done here. Kudos to the designer on this one. Now for our photo on the right-hand side, we have this beautiful outdoor scene. We can see the Winter Palace there on the right-hand side. We see Anna and Kristoff's home in the background. I see the two different variants of the frozen fountains, and I have to say, this avatar's outfit is gorgeous. I do wish they would have captured Elsa looking towards the camera here, but at least they did include her. I do think that is a nice touch. I also like seeing the little snowmen back there in the background, as well as the little frozen lake and ice skating rink. Overall, this is a really beautiful scene, and I just love getting a glimpse into people's frosted height biomes. Now, while this one on the right is beautiful, the concept and execution of this submission here on the left deserves a place in the top 500 in my opinion, possibly even higher. I didn't really go into this challenge expecting to be awed with some indoor submissions like this, but I'm starting to learn after nearly 30 weeks of Dreamsnaps to always expect the unexpected. So we're gonna go with this one here on the left-hand side. Such a beautiful, creative, and well-executed concept. Next up, we have two beautiful outdoor submissions here. We'll start with this one here on the left-hand side. I do love the frame they used here. This is really fun. We got the winter arch. We see Olaf there. We have Anna and Kristoff's home in the background. The ice skating rink, some snowmen. I do like that there's a snowman close to Olaf there. We do have a couple of them in the scene. We have the little snow castle, and the Avatar and Festive Fox are just looking, well, festive. Now, I do feel like Beast is a bit of an eyesore in this submission. Looks like he definitely photobombed the player here. My advice for anybody making dream snaps, if you want to keep villagers out of your dream snap shots, going into any home and then coming back out will reset villagers back to their spawn points, and then you can fence off the entrances to where you're shooting your photo. Putting up a fence and blocking those entry points will keep unwanted villagers out of your dream snap. Now, I know most of you guys know this, but maybe somebody that isn't aware of that idea will hear this and it might help them out. Now for our shot on the right-hand side, and wow, this is beautiful. I love that dress so much, and she also has Elsa's beautiful dream style here. We have the frozen fountain, Kristoff's sled, the winter palace, the snowmen, the ice skating rink. We had that frozen bench in the back, and I love the trees surrounding the frozen palace here. On the right-hand side, we have those snowy pines, and on the left-hand side, we have that frozen willow. This photo just looks so happy, so bright, and the avatar looks like she could be Elsa's cousin, or I would say sister, but their hair is so different. But they definitely look like they're in the same family, and I think that is a really, really fun concept. Now, I do wish we had a little something in the foreground, even if it was just like a little bush or some kind of small frozen decor. But even without that, this photo just really stands out, and I love the way they've highlighted the Winter Palace. So between these two, I'm gonna go with the one here on the right-hand side. All right, we have another two outdoor photos, starting this one here on the left. Resting over top the snowy brick road, we have a lot of the frozen decor. We have that snow cloud, the frozen willow, and there's a celestial well and a celestial pillar on the right-hand side. I love that this player has went out of their way to put a lot of stuff on the frozen table there. Like I can see several meals, and there's even some candles. Again, something in the foreground I think could have really worked to elevate this. And perhaps instead of those big like block bushes, a few rows of the bushes native to Frosted Heights might have worked a little bit better. These large border topiaries are just very, very bright for the surroundings, and they don't really feel like they fit into Frosted Heights. That's just my opinion. You definitely don't have to agree. And it's a small critique, considering the lighting, the angle, and that beautiful frozen willow all play so well together with the decor she used. I also really like her outfit, and I feel like this is a really fun and well-lit submission. Now for our one here on the right, and this is beautiful. We have that gorgeous golden hour with the sunset, this bordered snowy path. That snowy path is really filling out the foreground here. And this player is utilizing bushes native to Frosted Heights. I feel like the dulled down colors of these bushes just fit the biome so much better. It's just that environments when it's this cold, you're usually not going to see those really vibrant and bright greens. My mind just kind of associates that more with spring or summer, and these dulled down greens, I think, just work really well for this biome, which is why they're native to it. I also love the avatar's choice of dress here. We just voted for another submission with that same dress. As far as the decor, there is certainly a lot going on, but it's definitely not too busy. On the left-hand side, we can see Anna and Kristoff's home. Back behind that, we have that snow igloo. We can see frozen willows and frozen pines way deep in the background, along with that ice skating rink. On the right-hand side, we have that big, beautiful golden Mickey Mouse statue. We can see Kristoff's sled and those two warm yellow street lamps on both sides of that snowy winter arch bring some really nice warm lighting into the scene. Now, these are both beautiful submissions, but I really appreciate that this one here on the right gives us a look at so much more of the biome and so much more of the decor, and all of the flora used feels like it really fits into this environment. So we're gonna go with the one here on the right. Oh, we got another indoor. Okay, let's look at this one here on the left first, like usual. Again, great choice with the bushes here. I also do like that white picket fence for this biome, and I love that they surrounded the frozen fountain in this beautiful scene. We have that large winter planter right behind her there from the star path. We can see Anna and Kristoff's home. We see Kristoff's sled, the igloo, the frozen throne, the frozen bench on the right-hand side. And I do love that we have that igloo tucked away on the left. I really like this submission because it has a lot of balance. She's not using the same exact things on both sides, but she is filling out both sides of the home, giving us plenty to look at and bringing good balance to the photo. I also really enjoy the fact that she's using several characters from Frozen. We have Olaf, we have Elsa, and we even have Anna hiding back in the background in front of that frozen bench. It's too bad that she's so hidden, but sadly you can't really control the villagers. Hopefully one day Gameloft will give us a way to control where they go and what they do while we're in the camera mode. Overall, this is very well done. Now for our shot here on the right, she has that same dress. Seeing a lot of this beautiful dress today, but this is just the inside of Anna and Kristoff's home, and this was a decor challenge. So I'm not going to bother breaking this one apart, as this was most likely just thrown out there for a quick 300 moonstones. So since the one on the left obviously had a lot of effort go into it, and the one on the right just took a photo inside of a villager house, we're just going to go with the one here on the left. Okay, that's a strange submission. So looks like the one on the right here is going to win, but I just want to look at this. Was this a mistake? Like, I'm so confused. Or maybe they just thought it was funny to do, or maybe it was like an accident, like they hit the button to submit this and they had another photo, but yeah, it's just some snowy branches. Let's take a look at the one here on the right. Now this one is beautiful. It is nighttime and it is rather dark, but there's still good lighting in the photo. We have that blue doorway in the background where we first found Olaf, and she's got those little mermaid lamps right down there by the bushes, so all of that bright blue light is kind of drawing our eye to the back, and we even have that warm yellow lantern behind her as well. She's standing right under an icy willow, and we can see the frozen throne in the foreground. We see the ice cream stand. We see some snowmen. I love the choice of bushes she's using here, and then in the back right, we can see Kristoff and Anna's home. I also love this outfit for this challenge. I think it's beautiful. So between these two, I think it's rather obvious who the winner is. All right, next up, a couple of outdoor submissions, starting with this one here on the left. Standing atop the frozen bridge here, it's nice that the bridge is included in the foreground, and it's really interesting she's actually got the blue snake with her here. I love that Elsa is just hanging out in the background there, and we can see Anna and Kristoff's home, frozen pillars, icy willows, that blue door on the back right, and that beautiful open night sky with the stars glistening just looks so cool in the top right hand corner. Now one thing that may hold this photo back is, with this being a decor challenge, the whole bottom half of the photo is like the bridge and the river, and it's kind of hard to make out the decor since it's all kind of tucked back there in the background. A lot of people vote on a small screen. Now for our photo here on the right-hand side. I love the avatar's outfit here, very warm and cozy. She's got the big boots, she's got that scarf on. We have that nice red winter jacket, and I like what she's done with the decor here. We have the winter palace in that left-hand corner. We have Anna and Kristoff's home, and then we have this snowy path leading to Anna and Kristoff's home with alternating purple and light green bushes leading up to it. On that right-hand side, we have Kristoff's sled, the snow castle, and I love that we have those little stuffed snowmen sitting around that granite fire pit. That's really cute. The time of day for this photo turned out nice as well. It's casting a lot of sunshine, and that beautiful blue sky complements the whole scene quite well. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this is once again kind of a hard choice. I feel like both of these are very evenly matched. For the one on the left-hand side, I really love that she's using Elsa, and for the one on the right-hand side, she is using Olaf, but he's just hidden behind Mirabelle, and Mirabelle definitely feels a bit out of place in the Arendelle showcase, kind of like when we saw Beast earlier. With that said, I feel like the decor on the right-hand side is very fun and creative. I especially like the stuffed snowmen around the granite fireplace, and the walkway leading up to Anna and Kristoff's home is also quite nice. Now, this was a really difficult choice, and honestly, I feel like these are so even that it's just tough for me to pick, but Mirabelle's interference on the right-hand one, I think, is ultimately what's gonna lead me to pick the one here that just highlights Elsa. But, like I stated, these are both beautiful. Alright, both of these look really fun. Let's start with this one. So we have a selfie submission, which is quite rare when it comes to decor challenges. But with that said, I really love this one. Her choice of earrings, outfit, everything looks great, and having Elsa there striking her pose is really fun. We have Anna and Kristoff's home in the back looking magnificent. We have the frozen willows. We have that frozen fountain on the left-hand side, and the frozen fountain is right in this beautiful little plaza that she's built, surrounded by the biome's natural bushes and those new blue and purple shrubs that we got from the expansion. I also love that she added the sinister ferns in the back, those really pretty purple trees, because they match these shrubs really well. And the decor she's using on both the left and right hand side just fit and give so much balance to this. Like we have the igloo on the left, Kristoff's sled. Overall, this is really fun, very well balanced, and very well executed. Like I said, I'm usually not a big fan of selfie photos for decor challenges, or even outfit challenges for that matter, because you can't see the whole outfit. But this is one of those rare times where I see a selfie submission, and I really like it. But it is up against some fierce competition. Now, this is immaculate. This photo has so much depth and so much beauty. Let's talk about it. We'll start with the foreground here. Now, you may be looking at the bottom of the photo like, what foreground? No, it's at the top. So right there in the top left-hand side, we can see the leaves hanging down from a frozen willow. We also have these beautiful sparkles glimmering across the shot. This was done by placing a villager right in front of her here and having the camera look through them essentially, so when they snap the photo, those golden sparkles appear in the shot. I love that she has that celestial well with the rug right under it and that frozen throne. The winter arch by the bridge is a nice touch. That water fountain to her right, the bench behind her, the ice skating rink, the bushes, and the angle of this allowing us to see that mountain in the back left, with the trees getting smaller and smaller as they fade into the distance, gives this so much depth. Also in the background, we have that beautiful winter palace, shining with that warm yellow and that beautiful blue. Overall, this is an outstanding photo, and it is so magical. Lastly, I just want to comment on the way they've styled their hair. This player really took the extra time and went the extra mile to perfectly match her avatar's hair with the frozen dress. And it's that kind of attention to detail that really wows me. I'm so sad this photo on the left is up against this one on the right, because this one definitely deserves a vote. It's one of the best ones I've seen today. It's such a beautiful photo, and I was actually excited to vote for a really good selfie for once, but I'm gonna have to give it to this one on the right. The extra attention to detail, the depth, the overall composition, the execution. I love this shot on the right. All right, next up we have another couple of outdoor shots. We'll start with the one here on the left. They have that snowflake frame around it here, and we have a very busy scene with a lot of flora and decor. We have the frozen fortress deep in the background there, several of the purple fern trees, we have the frozen willows, Anna and Kristoff's home, and then we have that snowy pathing kind of leading to each of the homes, and the pathing is lined by those purple and light green bushes. The foreground is occupied with flowers and Kristoff's sled, and I do like that she left those ice structures in this instead of breaking them. Also, back there by the frozen fortress, we can see one of those little ice skating rinks from the Star Path, surrounded by some snowmen that look like they're just enjoying the day. Now, I do see this player is using some of the luminescent flowers, and you know, I'd kind of like to see this photo close to sunset so they were lit up, but either way, they're still beautiful flowers. Now, for our option here on the right-hand side, we have the ice skating rink from the star path, I see the bench from the star path, some snowmen in the back, and this angle does give us a very good look at their Frosted Heights biome. Though I do wish they would have taken a moment to remove the night thorns from the photo. That little extra bit of effort can really make this feel more like an Arendelle setting, and also maybe including one of the characters from Frozen or one of their homes could help this to feel more like an Arendelle showcase. As it stands, this feels more like a winter theme expression, as most of the decor I'm noticing is from the star path. Overall, their biome is quite beautiful. I love the way they've got their trees displayed. I love the little ice skating area, and their avatar has a really fun look with the mustache. But compared to the effort and overall work that went into this photo on the left, I think this one on the left is the one that deserves the vote. Oh, and we got a couple of great ones for our last two submissions here. Starting with the indoor photo here on the left, we have a beautiful indoor Arendelle scene. I love the way they have this structured. They have a little kitchen and prep area here on the right-hand side. You can see a sink and that countertop with like a recipe book open on it, which is a great way to occupy the foreground. We have that beautiful dining table right in the center of the room, complete with the candles at the center and the plates in front of each chair. We have those beautiful green couches in the back, the fireplace, the china cabinet, and that premium shop like furnace back there on the left-hand side, right by the cabinet. The choice of chandelier is also really nice with those candles. It feels very warm and inviting, and the choice of window is absolutely perfect. It just fits the overall theme very well. And the time of day that they decided to take this has that beautiful light peering in from the windows and just running across the floor. Now, I think I would have liked this a tiny bit more if it was just a little bit closer in. I know we wouldn't see everything we see, but I'm just not a big fan of the void in the bottom left. Like whenever I do indoor photos or see indoor photos, I feel like having that empty void in it just kind of makes it lose its immersion. It doesn't feel as real, I guess. It's kind of weird. I don't know, but I mean, I'm saying I'm weird. The photo's not weird. I'm weird. But yeah, the void is the only little problem I have there. But I know why people do it. They want to zoom out enough to get the whole scene. I get that. But I think sometimes it's best to sacrifice a little bit of the scene so you don't get that deep, dark void in your photo. Now, with all that said, this is a beautiful room and a beautiful submission. And the outfit she went with is just immaculate. It matches this scene so well. Like, she looks like she fits right into this environment. And that's some excellent attention to detail. Now, another really nice touch is that she's hidden two of the doors in this photo. She hid one behind the fireplace and she hid one behind the green cabinet on the left. Definitely a very wise approach. Now for our shot here on the right-hand side. And this is just so beautiful. In the foreground, we have this large rock on the right-hand side. On the left-hand side, we can see the thick trunk of a pine. Elsa just looks beautiful with the way the light's casting in from the right-hand side. And the way the Avatar and Elsa are looking at one another just makes it feel like they're locked in a conversation. This is all happening in front of a beautiful scene. We have that frozen fountain on the left. We have the ice skating rink on the right. The luminescent deer right in front of them, surrounded by those beautiful flowers. We have Anna and Kristoff's home right in front of those beautiful winter arches, accompanied by Kristoff's sled, the icy willow, and several more of these snowy pine trees. One thing I really love about this one are all of these colors captured in the sky here. Since we're close to sunset, we have this beautiful pinkish purplish hue hitting the clouds in the top left, and we have this hazy bright white in the top right. And the way those colors change as you kind of move your eyes across the Dreamsnap is just a really beautiful touch. Overall, this is just such a nice submission. It's so beautiful, and I'm so glad we got this one at the end because it's always nice to end the voting session with some really strong Dreamsnaps, and that's certainly what we did with both of these. Now, it's a shame they're up against each other because I feel like these two would have performed really well against most of the ones I've seen today, but if I'm going to have to choose between them, I'm gonna have to go with the one on the right. I just really like the lighting, the coloration, and the overall design and composition of the submission. Now, as we mentioned earlier, we are not done yet. Today, I chose my 4 favorite submissions from our Discord server. And I am very excited to share them with you because we have some amazing creative minds in our community. Also, I do want to mention tomorrow is reset day. As you can see by the time you're there are 20 hours and 36 minutes left. I cannot wait to share my Arendelle showcase with you guys. I really can't. I think it might be the best dream snap I've done. I've always made my dream snaps for me and just shot for the 4K range. I've never actually shot for a top 10. I've never actually been like, let's see if I can get top 10. And that's what I did this week because I really, really like this challenge. Now, will I get top 10? Probably not. I mean, not only do you need an outstanding dream snap, but you also need to be incredibly lucky based on who you're up against, what your voting pool is like. It's a combination of things. But I will say, I think it's easily the very best dream snap I've ever done. It's really on theme. And it took me multiple days of photo shoots to actually capture what I captured. So if you want to check that out, be sure to subscribe because the video will be out tomorrow. And I can't wait to hear what you guys think about my submission. Now, with that said, let's look at some of the most amazing submissions from our community. And I think you guys are going to love these because I definitely do. First up, we have this beautiful symmetrical wonder done by Travel Mountain Roads. And I just have to say, this is simply outstanding. I love every bit of detail in this shot. The use of flora, the use of the blue zircon pebbles, the white fox, the outfit, and the way she did the foreground here with these 2 little frozen castles on the left and right is just so well done. The fountains leading back to Anna and Kristoff's house along this walkway, the 2 frozen fountains that are turned facing in opposite directions so they kind of bend up in this very, very beautiful symmetrical pattern, and the way she has Elsa, Olaf, and Kristoff walking up that central path is just so amazing to me. Lastly, I just want to say the color composition here is very well done. Tucking those red Japanese maples behind Anna and Kristoff's home added such a beautiful element to this submission. Not only do we have those red maples up there, but if you look behind the 2 frozen fountains, she's also got the purple streetlights there, casting this beautiful purple glow right up against Anna and Kristoff's home. Overall, this submission is just simply gorgeous, and I have no doubt in my mind that this will be getting 4,000 moonstones. Next up, we have this beautiful submission from Mama Llama. My favorite thing about this one is the incorporation of the frozen fortress along with Anna and Kristoff's house, and how one is more towards the front and one is more pushed back. It's just giving this picture so much depth. The fact that she's captured the snowflakes here falling from the top of the photo, the change in coloration in the night sky since this was taken close to sunset. You have this beautiful golden look on the right and it fades over into this darker purple. And those same colors are playing out in the foreground with the bushes. We've also got both Elsa and Kristoff featured here, those beautiful little luminescent deer, the jacuzzi, the ice willow, the frozen fountain. It's all just simply gorgeous, and I'm a big fan of this photo. I have no doubt that this too will be getting the 4,000 moonstone. Our next photo here was submitted by Mama Blue, and this was yet another outstanding submission. Now, we talked about earlier how you can get this beautiful effect on your dream snap, these golden sparkles. That's just by having a villager right there in front of your camera, looking through them with the camera, but still capturing the little sparkles here. Just like we saw in Travel Mountain Road submission, this submission also has outstanding symmetry. We have these beautiful luminescent deer on the right and left hand side. We have the icy willows, the winter arches, and all of this beautiful deep purple. Not only is she also standing on this snowy brick road, but she put down those frozen rugs as well, which gives so much more texture. In the very back, we can see Anna and Kristoff's home with this path leading up to it, those craftable fountains from the expansion just arching this beautiful blue glowing water in the background there, and the coloration of the sky may be the best I've seen from these submissions today. That beautiful gold blending into like an orange to a pink to a purple. It's just so eye-catching. And I feel like a lot of voters are going to be instantly drawn to this submission. I love Elsa's appearance here in the front as well, and I also think it was really fun and creative for Mama Blue to use the sunbird. It's just a really fun and unique pose for this scene and setting. So well done, Travel Mountain Road, Mama Llama, and Mama Blue. Now for our last submission that we'll be showing off today, and one of my absolute favorites. This last entry was submitted by Nessa, and is yet another beautiful symmetrical design. Now what really caught my eye with this one was the extremely heavy use of this beautiful blue/white lighting here. The way Nessa has positioned these icy willows staggering back towards the very center of the photo and just loaded the sides with these lights is so eye-catching. I think when it comes to players voting, this one is just going to stand out, and it's going to perform extremely well. Not only does it have great symmetry, but it also has this great element in the foreground with the frozen pillars, the rocks, the blue glass flowers, and the warm glowing candles down at the base and center. I love the center of this, like the focal point of this photo as well. We have that frozen fountain in the center there with the running water, and then we have the two frozen fountains to the left and right, and just like with Travel Mountain Road's submission, those are both turned to face inward, so they're both pointing in towards that central fountain and that archway there in the back. Between the symmetry, composition, and lighting of this photo, I think it's just simply outstanding and amazing. And I have no doubt that this too will get 4,000 moonstones, and I feel very strongly that this will likely be in the top 100. In fact, I think all 4 of the submissions we just reviewed have top 100 potential, perhaps better. Now, like I mentioned earlier, you guys, if you would like your submission featured in my voting videos, simply go to the video description down below, join the Discord, and share your submissions. Every time I do these voting videos, I'm going to pick a handful of Dreamsnap submissions to highlight after we finish voting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the new video format today. And again, I'm sorry this voting video is coming out so late. Like I said, I traveled over the weekend and I'm under the weather, so hopefully I'll feel better soon. Oh, and I wanted to say I'm also getting a new PC today. It's coming in. I'm super excited about that. So we're going to have some major upgrades to the stream and hopefully to our video content as well. A big shout out to all of you guys here on YouTube that make my content possible. Thank you so much for watching. I would not have been able to make this investment without you guys. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on today's video, and please consider subscribing for more Disney Dreamlight Valley and gaming content. As always, thank you so much for your time today, and good luck in your Dream Snaps challenges.